Welcome back to Sports by GSMC Podcast Network. I am your host, Jeremy Lapidus. If you are just tuning in, we just finished our NFL coverage talking about Tua and the situation that he has put the Dolphins in and the contract negotiations, whether or not he deserves a new contract. We talked about the potential of an 18-game NFL schedule coming up soon, what some of the players think, and what I think needs to happen there. We also talked some basketball earlier on the show. The Lakers apparently moving in and hiring Dan Hurley over JJ Redick. We talked about everything going on in their head coaching search, and we talked about the NBA Finals. I had the Boston Celtics taking down the Dallas Mavericks in 7 games. We talked about all of that. But in this segment, we are going to close out our show today talking a little bit of hockey. The Arizona Coyotes have officially moved to Utah, and they have dwindled down their name choices to 6. We're going to talk about what those names are, which one I think is the best one, and much more, everything surrounding that coming up in just a second. But before we do, remember that if you would like to be an even bigger part of the show than you already are, all you need to do is go to gsmcpodcast.net. Leave a tip or donation with a message in it. That message should pop up on the bottom of the screen for you, me, and everybody else around the world to see. If you do have a burning question about sports, anything at all you would like to ask, go ahead and throw that in the comments. I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. I appreciate all of you guys for sticking around and talking some sports with me on a beautiful Thursday afternoon. But like I was saying, we are going to finish off our show today talking a little bit of hockey. The Stanley Cup playoffs, the Stanley Cup Finals, right around the corner. We're going to do our official predictions for that tomorrow. But right now, I want to talk a little bit about the new franchise out there in Utah. The Arizona Coyotes officially done. They have an opportunity to get their franchise back if they can build a stadium. One of the biggest issues in there was that they didn't have a stadium. They were playing at Arizona State, which is kind of crazy. But they now officially moved to Utah. They have a brand new stadium being built. It's supposed to fit like 17,000 people. Nice arena over there in Utah. But they need to pick a new name. They're not going to be the Arizona Coyotes. They're not going to be the Utah Coyotes. This is a brand new franchise. The record for the Coyotes are staying in Arizona. Wipe the record books clean. This is going to be brand new record holders for everything this season. And that's an exciting place to be. Brand new franchise, starting new. You get to see yourselves in the history books, regardless of how good or bad you are. And that's always very exciting. New names as well come with this. And what Utah did is they did a fan vote. They chose like 64 names, March Madness style, and they have whittled it down to 6. There are 6 names in the running now for this new Utah hockey franchise. We're going to run through it real quick and let me know what you guys think should be the name. But here's what we've got. We have the Utah Blizzard, the Utah Hockey Club, Utah Mammoth, the Utah Outlaws, the Utah Venom, and the Utah Yeti. Interestingly, and I like a lot of these names. I like the idea where they're going. We've seen, and this is kind of a knick-knack kind of thing, but we see a lot of names end in plural S's. There's only one of those that ended in plural S, and obviously we had the Seattle Kraken come in kind of along the same line, no S at the end, but it's kind of rare that we see it, and now I think 5 out of those 6 did not have that S, which is really interesting to see. I like some of these names. My favorite one heading into it was the Utah Yetis. I like the idea of that just has a lot of marketing idea. You can get a fun little mascot in there. Cold in Utah, the Blizzards, a great one. The Mammoth has a fun one as well. You could dress up your little Zamboni in a little mammoth costume. I feel like that could be a little bit of opportunity there. There's a lot of great ideas with all of these names. I don't think they can go wrong with any of them other than maybe Utah Hockey Club. And I know we kind of saw that happen with the Washington Commanders now. They went to the Washington football team. It's kind of like the European style of naming. That's boring. It's just boring. I know that's like a thing they do all around the world, but like you have the name to have you have a chance to have a cool mascot and you can just be Utah instead. Nah. That's dumb. It's boring. It's no fun. And it's just bland. You have the opportunity to create something awesome, a brand new franchise, bring life into hockey in Utah. Utah already has a really big hockey fan base out there with the Utah Grizzlies. There's an AHL program, like the minor leagues of hockey, has a team down there that is called the Utah Grizzly. They have brought in a lot of fans. Utah's a big hockey market, and it's exciting to see hockey come back to Utah. It's very exciting. These are the same people that own the Utah Jazz. This Jazz just did a rebrand, bringing back their purple uniforms, which, thank God, those are so much better than the highlighter yellow that they have right now. So far they're one for one on their new uniform slash rebrands, and I'm hoping they continue this trend with the new hockey franchise out there in Utah. But yeah, if I had to pick any of them, my favorite would be the Utah Yeti or the Mammoth. Those are the ones that I'm circling here. But I love all the names. I just hope they don't go with Utah Hockey Club because you can do better than that, Utah. I know you can. But anyway, love to hear your guys' thoughts on any of this. In tomorrow's show, we are going to do NHL Stanley Cup final predictions. We're going to do breakdown of the very first game 1 of the NBA finals and any other major break. We'll do some MLB power rankings as well too, I believe. I think Friday power rankings is what we'll start to do. And any other breaking and major breaking news that happen around the world of sports. I appreciate all of you guys so much for tuning in and watching today's show, Sports by GSMC Podcast Network. I've been your host, Jeremy Lapidus. I will see you same time, same place tomorrow. You all have a good one. Bye bye.
Let's go. I feel like it's gonna be